What is up, people? Welcome back. Remember, the T3 countdown is on. The greatest thing about it, if you've just met me and you want to participate and you want to become a full-fledged professional trader going forward in this fantastic bull market that we're having, you want to be right there by my side in the virtual trading platform that we're building at T3 Live. Have camaraderie around you, even if you're just sitting at home in your underwear trying to make a living out of this. You can have me and the 6 or 7 other top traders of the firm right there by your side in cyberspace. Also get all the best picks, all the best information right there at your fingertips. T3 Live coming right at you, starting in a couple of weeks. The Crawlster, your man, the myth, the legend, will be taking on a new persona, a new personality, one that takes things serious, but of course not too serious because my head would explode if I take things too serious. About to type in my profile into the T3 database. Officially, today might be considered my day one, but I'm not going on the air for a while now until everything is smoothed out to make sure my intellectual content, as I love to say, remains mine and will always remain mine in the oncoming future for when my shit blows the fuck up. So anyway, nothing can change the good mood that I'm in right now. Miracles do happen. Watching the Jets kick the shit out of Tom Brady, sacking him 5 times, intercepting him when it looked like the game was just going to be another rout. Next thing you know, the Jets are intercepting it. Yes, it was very upsetting not to see that guy stumble and bumble into the end zone, but we went on to beat the living shit out of Tom Brady continuously from whistle to whistle. Nothing except what has happened already could start to dampen my... So as I was saying, nothing could take me out of this good mood, except the enormity of the money that was able to be made. So I got a text from my son and my cyber son, Fatty, in the chat room, and he tells me Nasdaq futures down 35. They're not even going to give me a chance to load up on those Qs like I've been talking about. Sometime in the next short period of time, we're going to have that sell-off. And when I went to look at the futures, I saw the Dow futures weren't down, or the S&P futures weren't down. So, and then it was brought to my attention that this was an Apple isolated story. Now everyone's going to be talking about, whether Apple should give more disclosure about the health of its founder and CEO and all that stuff. Don't you think Apple can survive without Jobs still? Don't you think there's enough people out there who have some good ideas, or he's just the idea man? Nothing goes on without Steve Jobs. They're not going to be able to come out. If he died tomorrow, that's it. Apple's done. If that's the way you think, sell the stock and get out of the stock market. Because I don't think that's the way it is. But if you think that's the way it is, get out. Get out of the stock market. But I didn't care. What I'm going to say is I'm not allowed to say the S word anymore, and the C word and the W word. That would be the shoulda, coulda, woulda. But as soon as I saw Nasdaq futures down 35 and it wasn't a nuclear attack or some country defaulting or a missile test that went wrong and killed 40,000 people, once that was off the table, I knew that there was no way the Nasdaq futures were going to open up today down 35. They gave us time to digest, time to realize that who gives a shit about Steve Jobs and that it's an Apple isolated story, and the Matrix will just program it in and move on. Right? They're going to report earnings. Everything's going to be super. Who cares? The Dow, and also I know a lot of people say, why am I calling it the Dow 20 Thou? I shouldn't be even talking about the Dow, considering that's not a good barometer of the market. It's just that there's nothing else that rhymes so nicely. NASDAQ, 5K, whatever you want to call it. The market, again, will not stop going up till December 18th of 2012. All right, we've said that enough times. What are we going to do about today? Nothing. Nothing to do today at all. The trade was buying futures in cyberspace. As soon as those futures opened up, I don't know if you were able to get down 35, but you got a 20-point move in the futures already. So the market opening up this morning is just going to be a bunch of chaos. I'm going to sit back and watch. Chances are, which is about an 85% chance in this greatest bull market that we've ever experienced in our lifetimes, there's an 85% chance that the market's going to wind up being up today too. So I'm not a big fan of doing something that I've already missed, so I'm going to sit back. But what I was going to allude to was Google, okay? What's bad for Apple is good for Google. So I don't give a shit about Apple. I could have Apple go down to 0 because I own Google right now, as you know. As you know, one of our stocks are still, I'm not even checking my stocks yet. But, I don't know. Are we shipping anything today? How's dry ships? That stock still going up, down, left, right? How about Zolt? Guys breaking out of the Zolt? Alright, whatever. Means nothing. Nothing means nothing. So, I'll cut this video short because I suddenly have to wait with my son for him to go to school, delayed. But the schedule soon will be right out there for you. But, alright, the T3 thing. If you want to see what it's all about, send me an email. Send me an email to jefferson@hitthebid.com. Come to the website, start your own page, because the website as we know it is probably going to be going bye-bye, and we're going to be moving on over to T3 Live. And if we get enough of you at once, everybody gets a discounted rate, and we'll get to make our own page, we'll get to have our own chat room, and we'll take it from there. Alright, I'll be in touch later on. See ya.
I would much prefer Krull.